Welcome back with Axel again. This is gameplay for Hulk, and we are going to do another task with Rage for today. So let's get started. And one of these plane that I'm going to have for the task is this. This is one of the best Rage plane. We have all the Rage perks, and after receiving 4 damage, activate the extra Rage. When you are going to long distance, you are going to activate Rage, and Rage is just the power that you receive after getting the damage. So this is how it works. Probably going to have this without any of the Rage setup robots, and we have all of this. Alright, that's great. So going to have one of the sample stage, I guess probably the newest stage 152, and this is stage that is going to probably test going to damage my plane a bit, and then going to survive through all of these planes and other things. Alright, destroy 110 targets. That's going to be a long way to go, but at least we have this. Alright, all the planes. And alright, let's get hit by all of these bullets. Nicely done. And all of these perks, that works well. Let's see if the Rage, well, this plane has the only Rage perks, and it seems like the airplanes has like a long way to go, like extra 15% and something like that. It's not really going to affect the performance, supposedly. So what is actually Rage? We can see over here we have to get hit. That's the theory of Rage. And will that work on this Avenger? Let's see about this. Supposed to work. Well, that's according to theory. We have this plane, the maximum setup, and as well the best way to test Rage. Alright, now trying myself to kill this. Well, not really happening. That's probably the plane is too strong, or the Rage isn't simply working with all of this setup. Alright, probably just getting a tougher setup with more Rage. Let's equip some more of the Rage robots. Alright, doesn't seem to have much effect on this. Alright, victory. Now let's get back and find which kind of robots will I use actually for the next. I have probably Hornet. I have what kind of Scarab probably. Alright, let's get back and switch these robots. Yes, we have Hornets. We have more or less something like this. Beetle, we have Flea, but actually I don't like Flea that much. It's one of the worst robot ever made. And Hornet. Alright, let's get this. I have Hornets, and let's go for the other setup that we have over here. Honeybee probably. Alright, Honeybee and Hornet. Why I chose these two bots out of every other Rage robots? Well, because Honeybee has the clearing projectiles and probably just shoots like once in a while, and Robot Hornet that has the power up, and as well shooting lasers, cool lasers. Right, we have this, trying to get hit by some of these planes. Let's see if the Rage perk is really working. Well, I cannot really seem to test it very accurately, but at least probably some of you could take like a conclusion out of these bells if this seems to work. If not, otherwise I would have to do another test, but with more significant theories. Alright, we have planes more or less like this, and see if the power of these two robots has something to do with Rage. Right, probably it seems so. Another more damage. We have more or less critical health. Will this bring up some good amounts of their damage against all of these planes? Well, I used to have trouble with this. Let's see if I can kill this more instantly. It doesn't seem to have much of the damage effect of the planes, but it does probably a slightly bit, even though we have the Rage God plane, but it probably won't seem to work very fine. Well, anyway, that's all for this stage. Victory. Well, we have level S class 100 Rage. That seems to be strange how this Rage is actually work. How about doing for the other stage? Alright, let me switch for the other rage robot. Probably there will be some kind of luck. How about this Scarab, as it's one of the first rage robots that I have at SS class. Let's test this out at 170 boss. Will rage have the effect on all of these kinds of bosses? I really doubt it, but probably there will be some kind of magic. Let's test this out. This boss against my rage equipments. All of this rage. First of all my damage seems to be like scratching the boss. Right, that is some kind of damage. Just a bit, not really that much. Using Hornet against this. Still cannot stop the boss. Well, Hornet is one of the good robot back then, but not after getting nerfed many times. Speed getting decreased, it's getting slower. Alright, more gains on this. Trying myself to kill this boss, but we have actually the extra time. When we want to delay the boss much longer, we have the extra rage. And where that rage goes into this fight. Actually, I didn't find anything out of this, except probably the fourth ability. Fourth ability doesn't seem to be doing much damage either. Well, let's see about that. The attack seems to be increased. Well, actually this developer is hardly to give any brief explanations out of anything. They didn't give any single explanations, and that's their habit. That's the bad or worst habit ever that I've ever encountered out of all of these games that I've played. Now let's see over this. So all of this time I was just testing myself, all of these abilities and all of the knowledge. Well, it's hard to gain all of this, except from the discussion of the people as well from the other forums. And we have this. Alright, Hornet does quite a decent damage. Nice. But still, I didn't feel any of the rage. I have very low health, very little health left. And this is just strange to me. What kind of perks is this? Rage? I've actually never trusted any of the description in this kind of game. So what, I need to test most of them one by one, and will they work or something like that? You have to see them actually on my previous videos, that some of them are still not getting fixed. Alright, here goes. Boom! Perfect, but still I have no speedboat equipped. So going to test rage on this. Alright, all of this disable ability. Disabler, you're going down. Right, nice. Seems probably Avenger is getting buffed just a bit. I don't trust if this is not doing of rage. Well, the damage is very absurd. You have like little health loss and suddenly you are able to kill all. Well, it's really like imbalance between all of the stages. Well, it's either the plane got buffed on the stage only, or probably the stage got buffed. There are many chains, many chains and chances actually. We can't really seem to differ them anymore. And just getting strange and strange. The calculations just made for all of these difficulties level. And even if you try this at chapter 1, you can still have the difficulty at heroic level. You won't seem to be able to defeat with even maximum planes. You can still die, and that's very absurd. So probably we have come to conclusion that rage is not really working on this with this kind of feature with all of this absurd percentage level. We have 25%, 50%, 40% and everything that will increase the rage, but not the actual damage. That is really strange. I have very low health and nothing happens like what I have expected. Well, anyway, this is all my gameplay for today, and thank you so much for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe, leave thumbs up as always, and goodbye. Right, look at this. The firepower didn't even break through all of these kinds of normal mobs. Alright. Even this overdrive has the trouble of defeating the red planes. I'm not sure why this plane is so bad. Actually could have like a special power or something like that, or increase in the buff at least for getting this done.